The internet feels off. Everything looks polished, optimized, and somehow empty at the same time. In 2026, the web is drowning in content. AI articles, recycled posts, faceless videos pumping out noise at massive scale. And while creators are uploading more than ever, most of their work is never seen. Not on Google, not in search, not even by their own subscribers. And here's the uncomfortable truth. It's not because they are bad creators. It is because the internet itself has changed. So in this video, I'll break down why the internet is flooded with AI content and most creators are getting buried, why Google search feels broken, why most content is never found, why posting more doesn't work anymore, and what actually does, and a simple 3-step plan to stay visible and get paid in the new internet. So if you are building a channel or a brand or a business online, this matters because the old playbook is dead and the creators who will not adapt will disappear. So let's start with this one. The internet is being flooded with AI slop and basically it's changing everything. So AI removed the cost of creation. And I know some of you will say, but AI tools are so expensive. They are not. If you compare the cost of an AI tool to hiring a professional videographer or editor, then you will see that it's not expensive at all. And anyone can produce unlimited content nearly instantly. Something that used to take days or sometimes weeks right now can be done in 1 day or 2 days and sometimes even in hours. So this is a huge difference. So that broke the old balance because before content was tough. Creating content wasn't easy. You just had to prepare your materials, B-roll, A-roll, or maybe record your face, do all these things manually. But now everyone can do it nearly instantly with AI avatars, voiceover, stuff like that. And now attention is scarce. So there is not enough attention right now. So we need to monetize attention better because if you don't do anything with attention and you don't point it in the right direction, you will lose all the money and you will lose all the visibility at some point. So when the internet is getting more and more competitive, you need to come back to basics. And I will tell you what I mean by that in a second, but just think about it. When everyone can publish 5 to 10 videos per day, the volume doesn't matter anymore, right? So that's why when I started this channel and I was thinking about AI and I was talking about AI, I was like, okay, this is a great tool and a great opportunity for everyone to create more content. But on the other hand, if everything becomes so popular and everyone is using it on a daily basis, it's not an advantage anymore. Because right now everyone can create this AI slop in a matter of minutes. So people need to pay more attention to their content. They need to put more effort into their content creation process. Otherwise, they will be just forgotten and they will not get any views whatsoever. And here is the main problem with AI slop or AI generated content in general. So everything feels soulless. Why is it? Because AI optimizes for averages, patterns, and probability, right? So it's something that someone created, so AI can learn from it and then recreate it and copy it, and basically that's it. AI cannot do anything else. It cannot create something from nothing. And we as people, we connect to opinions, edges, and lived experiences, or maybe as also case studies if you are from the business world. So this is a fundamental difference. We people want to feel something real. That's why so many politicians are so successful, because even though they are not talking about anything smart, they are making you feel something. They're making you angry, they're making you sad, maybe they're making you excited. And this is so powerful. We are people, we are not algorithms, so we want to feel something, right? So that's why we connect with those kind of creators that make us that share their own opinions, their own, let's say, edges or their own scars and their own experiences. And this is why most of the content feels empty. And here's an example to help you visualize what I'm talking about. We have a video that is promising you how to make your first $1,000 online, right? And this topic is great. This is a great angle. But there are no numbers, no proof, no personal results, nothing that will make it real or nothing that you can relate to. So this is just content farming. Someone is just using very nice angles and nice content ideas, but the delivery is weak. And this is how people usually approach the delivery. So they take very nice ideas, then they generate script with AI, ChatGPT, subscriber, you name it, it doesn't really matter. And it has nothing real in it. They just post it on YouTube and then they don't understand why they're not getting views. Why the video that was such a great idea is not converting. This is why, because the delivery was off. There was nothing that made it real There was nothing that made it personal, nothing that was maybe edgy sometimes. So if people cannot show their own results, they're just selling hope. They are not talking about something that is real, and we people want real things. And this is especially popular among faceless gurus. So there are so many gurus. I see them every day on my school community. They join in the bio, they say, I help people create faceless content faster. I'm guru, blah, blah, blah. And they don't even have their own YouTube channel, because if they did have a channel, they would post it immediately in their bio so people can see that they are real deals. And so if anyone approaches you and they will tell you, oh, I'm so good at YouTube, I generated so many views and stuff, but they have no channel and they never show you their and real results, you can just expect that they are just selling you hope. It's not really that they are experienced. They are just learning from ChatGPT. So make sure to avoid these people at all cost. And that leads us to the next point, which is basically information pollution. Recycled content is burying the real stuff. So as I mentioned already, AI is trained on existing content. But what does it even mean? It means that AI is just taking what's already there, copy it, writes it again, and then another AI is doing the same thing. So again, it copies the same thing, rewrites it, and then you're getting the same version like 100 times, and it's not working. So here is the result. The originality collapses, nuance disappears, and new ideas struggle to surface. And every day, the noise is only getting louder and louder. So we need to do something about it, because soon it will be impossible to even post a video and get any views. And don't get me wrong, I don't want you to reinvent the wheel. If a video idea is already working for someone else, it will also work for you if you put enough effort into creating this content. If you make it yours, if you add your own perspective, if you add your own value, your own personal experiences, what matters is what you add to this content, your own angle. So take AdSense, for example. Instead of another generic how to monetize on YouTube video, you can talk about how you monetized your channel with meal prep, for example. So you had a channel and you were talking about healthy lifestyle, whatever, and you are selling meal prep, assuming you actually did it, right? I don't want you to lie. I want you to show something real, what you've already done or experienced. So it's the same topic, different proof, and also instant credibility. Big difference. So there is also another problem when I see it more and more often. Google search feels broken now, and SEO is also dying. Search results are dominated by ads, SEO baits, and AI generated pages. If you rank in Google, usually it doesn't mean that you have the best answer anymore. It usually means that you are just the loudest, and that's pretty much it. And the truth is, Google didn't really get worse at search, it just got better at monetization. And it's not only about Google, because in my opinion, if it was up to Google, it would probably just remove AI from search engines and have the search engine the same way for the next 20 or 30 years. But unfortunately, it's not only up to them. AI is progressing, and even if Google doesn't like it, it will still have access to all search engines. It will be killing SEO slowly but surely. And here is probably the most brutal truth. Most content will never be found. Over 90% of online pages receive almost no traffic. So it means that if you just publish content, it doesn't mean that you will get distribution. And the old advice was good, but it doesn't work anymore. People just say, just create good content. Yeah, right. But the new internet doesn't work anymore, because the new reality is that good content without distribution is invisible. And to be visible and have the distribution, you need to be unique. Maybe at the beginning, it will be a little bit more difficult, because for your audience, it will be something new that you are sharing your experiences. They've never seen them before, but because they've never seen them before, it will be also easier for them to stay and watch video for the longer time. Because what is the usual case? People start watching video, and let's say after 2 minutes, they realize that they've heard this advice already, right? So what they do, oh, okay, I know it already. I stop watching the video, I go and I watch another interesting video that I see on my feed. You don't want this to happen. You want to have your own opinions so that people stay and watch, even to just argue with you. Even when they stay and argue is better than if they just leave. And that leads us to the shift. So people stop browsing, they just open apps. So people don't explore the web anymore. They open YouTube, TikTok, Reddit, Instagram, Facebook, and discovery moved from search to feeds. So you're no longer navigating the internet, but you're consuming what's pushed, right? So whatever you see on an explore page, you watch it. Not many people are looking for stuff. Obviously, there are some people that are looking for it. And that's why I have, for example, YouTube search traffic here. But as you can see, 76% of all views I'm getting are from browse features. So it's explore page. And you're not ranking there because of keywords. You're ranking there because you're relevant and just because people are watching or there is demand for it. There is one exception though. YouTube long form is this exception. So for example, if you rank yourself in YouTube search and you have something that people can look for many years, then you will stay relevant. That's why despite the fact that I stopped recording on this channel for many years, even today, this channel is getting traffic. As you can see, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, stuff like that, but it's still getting some traffic even today. And even 2 years ago, it was still generating income. So this is what works, and this will always work because if people have certain problems in certain niche, they'll always look solutions for those problems. And this is why your videos can stay relevant for a long time. And if you think about it, this is a big problem because if you have all these walled gardens like YouTube, TikTok, Reddit, the platforms will decide what you will see, what will spread, what will die. So sometimes if, for example, politicians doesn't like certain videos, they will get buried. It was very popular on Meta, Facebook, Instagram at some point. And this is a big problem because the truth doesn't matter anymore. What matters is just if you're relevant or not, right? So it's much better to be edgy and much better to make people sometimes argue with you rather than just show them something that is copy of someone else's content. You don't add any personal touch or your soul to it. And then people just stop watching after 1 minute. It's much better to get 10 comments that are arguing with you than no comments whatsoever, right? It basically changed, and the internet is not the internet anymore, but those platforms become the internet. And now we just fight with algorithms. And we know how it is with algorithms because we don't control them, but someone is controlling them. So this is a big problem in my opinion. And that leads us to that internet theory, which is basically about bots, fake engagement, and synthetic culture. And nearly 50% of internet traffic is now from bots. And here is the theory if you don't know it. So let me just read it quickly. That internet theory is a conspiracy theory that asserts that since around 2016, the internet has consisted mainly of bot activity and automatically generated content manipulated by algorithmic curation as part of a coordinated and intentional effort to control the population and minimize organic human activity. And I would say one part of this theory is wrong. So I wouldn't say minimize organic human activity. This is not true, but for the most part, this conspiracy theory is true in my opinion because a lot of traffic is actually coming from bots. So, and here is a proof. So bot traffic now accounts for nearly half. So it's like from 42 to 51% of all internet activity, with reports indicating it has suppressed human traffic in 2025. Roughly 30 to 37% of this traffic is attributed to bad bots, right? So this is a big problem because it means that bots are commenting on bots. AI creates content for AI to summarize, and engagement looks real, but in many cases it isn't. Feeds feel busy, but also hollow. And the truth is, we can argue with that, and I also don't like that, there are so many bots everywhere, and sometimes even big superstars or singers are using bots to get to explore page and get traction to their songs and stuff like that. But we are lucky because we don't need all this traffic. We don't need all these bans. We don't need to be the most popular people on the internet or on the YouTube to be successful. And I know that this theory and all the things that I'm telling you are quite harsh, but don't worry. We are getting to the point where you know exactly what to do, and it doesn't really matter if all the traffic will be from bots or not. So bear with me, and in a second I'll explain. So another part is that chatbots are stealing traffic and are killing discoverability. So chatbots usually summarize content without sending clicks back. So that sits on top of blogs, videos, journalism, and creators lose traffic, attribution, and incentive to publish, right? Because right now, if you are not getting views, you're not getting paid that much from AdSense anymore, right? And this is a big problem. So what is the solution? Stop relying on AdSense, because if you keep relying on AdSense and you have more chatbots and more tools that are basically summarizing and analyzing your content without people actually watching it, then your earnings will only decrease and decrease and decrease, and you'll be only getting more and more stressed. While if you have something outside of a platform, you'll be only making more money despite the fact that you're getting, let's say, less traction, fewer views on YouTube, right? And here's also an example. So this is external traffic that I was getting on one of my videos. Obviously, Google search is good. We have Discord, so probably just someone just shared my video on Discord in one group or another. WhatsApp, it's fine. But then we have decopy.ai, and we also have innoreader.com. So we have those parts, those sites that are just worrying me. At this point, it's fine. It's not that much traffic. But with every video, there is more tools like that. And you can also check it on your channel, and you can let me know in the comment section below if you've seen something like that in your own external traffic that you're getting on your YouTube channel. I'm quite curious to see if this is also true for you. So what this actually means for all creators, it means that AI will always outvolume you. Posting more is no longer an edge, and what is still working will always work is trust, voice, credibility, and clarity. Attention will follow people, not output. And volume without quality is useless, trust is everything. Just think about it. You have two creators. One is creating content like everyone else, and the second person is just more edgy, sharing opinions, and you agree with these opinions. Sometimes, even though this second person might be less experienced, you probably will decide that you will stick with this person, or maybe even buy something from this person just because you feel like this person is exactly like you. And this is true power on internet. Not that you are the most successful, that you are the best, but because you're real and people that are like you will agree with you and therefore like you, trust you, and at some point buy from you. So this is finally the new approach: human voice, proof, and real world signals. AI cannot build reputation, earn trust, and it cannot live a life. It's just a code, right? So it just remixes what already exists. So the edge is obvious: raw opinions, real experiences, real results. This is how you win in 2026 and beyond. Human signals are becoming more and more premium. The same when it comes to normal jobs. You can see in the US, in Europe, that time is getting more and more precious, right? We are paying people more and more every single year for the same job just because our time is getting more and more valuable. So we do the same with content. If you are real and you are yourself, you'll be getting paid much more than someone who is just using AI to create all this content and everything sounds generic without any depth, without any angles, without any value, right? So this is how to win in the post-search internet, and this is your channel strategy. You should stop chasing virality, trends, and volume, and you should start building recognition, repeat viewers, owned audience. And basically what I say, that one clear video can outperform 50 random uploads, and I also help people with doing that, because traffic without ownership is wasted, so you should move viewers off the platform and into something that you actually control. So here are your next steps, your 3-point plan to stay visible and get paid. First, build for humans, not for algorithms. Second, turn attention to own traffic to something outside of YouTube. I know it's complicated, but I will help you in a second. And the third one, monetize trust, not views. And there's a final truth from this video. AI didn't kill creators. It killed generic content and made genuine creators more viable. So I want you to go with this trend. I want you to be the most viable creator in your niche, that will be producing the best content, and that anyone that is using AI will not be able to outperform you, because you will be just showing your own real life experiences. And even if in the beginning you will be getting a little bit less traction, at some point you will be completely out of the AI league, and this is what I want for you. And if you are struggling with monetization, your next move isn't more videos. It is to build scalable offers and recurring tools so your income isn't tied to uploads. That's the difference between creators who burn out and creators who outperform their competition. So if you want help monetizing your channel better and building the next step properly, there is a link in the description to apply to work with me directly. But if you would rather build it yourself, there is another link below for that. Because the goal isn't more views, it's turning attention into system you control. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.